Another mission we go. Trying to think of another series. What's the series that I watched around that time frame? Because I can go into some obscure series even ones that just sucked. Like, dude, you know the series Kanokon?
No.
Thank God. It is a blatant fan service series that just pretends like it has a deep plot. It's based off a light novel, and the whole main gimmick is Pro Tycoon freaking lives with his lived with his uncle, right? His uncle ran a farm, and apparently in this school there'd be yokais in it, with the main girl being that of a fox spirit, and she likes him for the sole reason that he literally that as someone put it, she likes him because he pretty much smells like cow poop.
Okay.
He smells like his entire being irradiates nature. So that makes her super obsessive, even to stalker levels. Like there are very short OVAs dedicated to just how stalker level she is. Like she mailed herself as a present to him on Christmas, and then molests him, and that's the joke. The joke is that she molests him on Christmas. Later, also for some reason, well, actually not for some reason, because yokai, they can also combine themselves into one person. By one person, I mean it's the Pro Tycoon, but now he looks like but now he's a fox boy. That's about it. And that for some reason gives them super strength, even though this is clearly a one-sided relationship. Later, a wolf person joins the school, and she wants Pro Tycoon for the same reason of he smells like cow poop. These girls these girls have like no standards. I'm trying to say. There's one entire episode where the wolf girl's brother came in, and the wolf girl's like, I want to date the fox girl, and she's like, no, I love Pro Tycoon. So he put a device on Pro Tycoon that apparently was made for monks that makes it so if Pro Tycoon even gets the feeling of lust, it starts killing him. Whoever invented that was a real dick. I don't like the fact that my students are trying to get laid than to study martial arts. So I'm gonna literally kill them if they even think about lust. It's a dumb series, and the manga just keeps going and going. I tried reading the manga, it's just dull and bad. It's not even good fan service. I mean, granted, if you just want good fan service, you might get that. But that's about it. If you're looking for anything good via writing, no. There's an entire arc that revolves around the fox girl loses her fox powers, but rather than focusing on the fox powers part, they just focus on the fact that her losing her powers made her go from being big boob to flat chested.
Oh.
That's her priority. Priority to the point where she wanted to kill it. Where they joke about her trying to kill herself twice. Why? Because she fears Pro Tycoon won't like her if she has to have big boobs. They spend a mini arc trying to for some reason trying to turn a Pro Tycoon into a butt person. They mention this series is dumb. It's like, oh no, I lost my powers. Who cares? I lost my tits. What do I do now? What if I try and turn Pro Tycoon into a butt person? Maybe that'll work. Mention that show's stupid. Here's a fan service series that's actually good. It actually has good humor and specifically the English cast, is what makes it even better. You know the series Girls Bravo.
What?
You know the series Girls Bravo.
I've heard of it.
The series, but a series that's owned by Funimation. The main reason, one, it actually has good humor, and for a fan service series, that's actually rare. So it's actually funny. And two, the voice cast literally makes it work. Like Yuri Lowenthal as the pro tag and Liam O'Brien playing one of the biggest perverts ever is literally the reason that show works so well. Without Liam O'Brien, I mean, I've seen like a few episodes of the Japanese dub. I mean, the jokes still work, but Liam O'Brien's delivery is what makes it work even better, is the thing. Like, my god, I not think Liam O'Brien's... Well, my favorite role of Liam O'Brien. Gara? No. Entrance in Dalhak GU? No. Infinite? I mean, he was pretty good. I mean, that's pretty good as Infinite, but no. Freaking Fukuyama from Girls Bravo. That's my favorite role he's ever done. Out of everything he's done, that's the one. Oh my god. And the manga is also a little bit better than the anime. Despite being a manga, so no voice acting, also has better writing than the freaking anime. It's also way longer. So you like the anime, you can just enjoy the manga, just get a lot more what you liked. It also has a better ending because the anime's ending is very abrupt and makes no sense.
Alright, first off, your voice is dying. Second, screen share stopped.
Oh my god. Hold on a second.
Okay.
But yeah, the ending to the anime just made no sense. It was kind of abrupt. While in the manga, the ending actually made a lot more sense. I mean, it's still technically out of left field, but it's also done in a way to where even though it's out of left field, it still makes sense. Anime. Freaking female lead gets kidnapped for some reason and is trapped by this person who can just control water for some reason. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. She's literally there for final episode, nothing else. Then we gotta go get her back. It also is also the one episode with the most budget put into it because my god, they choreographed an entire fight scene in his mother effing fan service anime. Manga's ending makes more sense where it's this dude who's because the female lead is from a different planet. A different planet that's 90% female.
Interesting.
Some random dude says, "Hey, I want to marry her," and he does this because he literally wants to create an entire harem of girls.
Oh, nice name.
Wants to make an entire harem of girls, and wants to add her to the harem. As Liam O'Brien's character, being a super pervert, all like, someone like you doesn't even deserve a harem. That's like the best thing that character's ever said. This big pervert is like, this perverted motherfucker over here, you don't even deserve a harem. Oh god, the marker. Hey, look, it's me! Hey, look, it's me twice, Armando!
What the fuck? Shit, man, you have 2 alt accounts?
Maybe. Trying to. Oh yeah, another series. You ever heard of Heaven's Lost Property? Which
Yes.
that name is generally not used nearly as much. People generally refer to Japanese name Sora no Oshimono, but you know, I'd rather be able to say something I can say easier. So Heaven's Lost Property it is.
Yep.
It's a show that categorized as whenever it's not following its premise, it's good. Premise: angel robots from heaven interact with humans. When it's actually good, when it's only about the angel robots. You take out the humans, suddenly it gets good. Because otherwise it's just very generic slop. Very generic fan service schlock, and that's pretty much what it mostly is. When it's about the Angels, it has an actual plot, actual interesting characters, and actual fight scenes, which makes it way better. And it had an entire, yeah, it got like two movies. One movie was to make up for the fact that they had no plans to actually make a final scene to animate. So that one's, it's alright. I mean, I hate the main character. And I have a running joke where whenever the main character acts super pervy, he turns all chibi style. Problem is, he's a super pervy person 24/7, so he's almost always super chibi, so you tend to forget what he actually looks like. And the rest is just him being all like, I just want to be a super quiet person. I want to live a quiet life. So how can we super pervy and flat out molest people? I just want a quiet life. I'm just following what Grandpa always told me. Grandpa was a super pervert. Yeah, that's why it came out so bad now, isn't it? But yeah, the rest of it just slice of life BS with very stupid scenarios. Here's an entire episode where the main character freaking is cursed to where whenever he looks at panties, they explode.
Oof.
And then a giant robot thing grabs one of his friends, so he goes in, so he gets motivated to go back into his house and save her. And someone rightfully points out, you realize if literally anyone else but him went in, there would be no danger, right? And the person who said that's like, yeah, I know that, because her whole gimmick is that she's a sadist and acts like a giant a-hole towards him, well, towards everybody. It's I hate her character. I just don't like the human. I just don't like the human characters. I'm trying to say. Let's see another series. You already know about Camphor, mostly because of the abridged series. So there's no point bringing that one up. Mostly because it's Camphor. There's not much to say other than it's Camphor. Here's one series that was more popular in Japan. Have you heard of Zero no Tsukame, or in the English name, it only had one English dub season, only one, called the Familiar of Zero.
No.
Slice of Life, Matt. I can sum it up as Slice of Life series that somehow managed to get like 4 seasons, and the entire series is founded on BS. A lot of the stuff in that series you will see will make you go, "That's BS," but I believe it. That's BS and I believe it. The show. It's entertaining. You like some of the characters. You'll get fan service, but don't expect anything fantastic, and don't expect everything to make sense. Toradora, heard that one. I don't even say anything. Did you say anything? I didn't hear a response.
I said no.
Toradora. Take the Familiar Zero and make it Familiar Zero. Put it in a modern day high school setting and make it amazing. That is Toradora. Like, it's amazing how much the two series are similar, but Toradora is actually great, and the Familiar Zero is not. Also, the Familiar Zero also never got an ending because the anime made up its own ending, because the light novels didn't get an ending. And rest in peace, the author of the Familiar Zero, because he sadly passed away due to illness. But apparently, he did write out the finale of the series at some point. So that's what people I've been trying to publish.
Looks like we're gonna need a bigger leash. Come.
Now we're finding King Cerberus. You fought Cerberus in Devil May Cry 3, but it was only an ice dog. Now it's an ice, fire, and electric dog. How nice. Look out, now it's super diverse with its freaking functionality. I need to seriously stop turning to Sin Double Trigger while having Trickster equipped, because you can't change style once you go Sin Double Trigger. And that bugs me because I mostly want to use the Sword Master abilities. Gunslayer. There's some good damage. Try to think of another series. I'm trying to think of another series without going to the super obscure real trash stuff.
Game's kind of overlapping you.
Another question. What's the worst anime you ever seen?
What?
Worst anime you ever seen?
Which anime I haven't seen?
Worst.
Oh, worst anime I've seen?
Yes.
High School of the Dead.
Ouch. You've even like very detailed animated slow motion boob dodging sniper rifles. One question: did you watch it English dub or Japanese?
English.
Wow, they just really didn't like it.
The OVA is what killed it for me, really.
I mean, OVA is not even canon, but it's still just bad. I hate that OVA.
All that cringe.
It's nothing but just awkward fan service cringe.
Not forget the incest part.
Yeah, but that wasn't real though. That was in their head though. I mean, it's still weird. Like, even the abridged series for High School of the Dead made the joke for the OVA of her going, "It's not incest if there's no baby." Like, the OVA actually, the abridged series actually makes that OVA actually decent. Mostly because they're just taking the piss out of it. Doesn't have the fact that it's still just ridiculous. That reminds me, how'd you feel about the, as people dubbed, quote-unquote, rape teacher?
No.
That's about what I expected. Just no. Okay, what's the second worst anime you ever seen?
High School DxD.
I remember a second I actually watched High School DxD because that just didn't look interesting. And my worst anime series I've ever watched get really obscure and show just what kind of stuff that for some reason I decide to watch. Here's one that I hate, but it's still apparently somehow popular. You ever heard of the series Incompetent?
Nope.
I have no idea how that series actually has way more fans than it actually deserves. Including crossovers with Center and Kagura.
Seen these moves before. You haven't shot out any puppies, have you?
The boss is still alive, I'm amazed. Now it's dead. One bullet. There's your obligatory Bruce Lee joke.
Let's calm down, Bruce Lee.
It's mostly because the first part of it with the ice nunchucks was actually a weapon, and it was actually a weapon you got in Devil May Cry 3. So, oh look, it's the same weapon. Wait, now it's also electricity and fire. It's all sorts of things. It does everything you want. Everything you want.
Yep.
Nope. Nope.
Oh, I thought you could rate yourself.
No.
The truth is, I wanted to be protected and loved, but I was alone. My only choice was to survive.
V, you gotta rest.
Nero, I will tell you everything. There is no demon named Urizen. Only a man who threw away his humanity in an endless pursuit of power. He is Dante's older brother.
Dante's brother?
Yes. And his real name is Virgil.
Oh, damn you.
Did the game crash?
No.
I think it crashed.
Now back with Mission 17, Brothers. Where Armando wants me to actually, once in my life, actually try using Dr. Foss.
Shamao.
Virgil. Hey, is that the damn fruit you've been jabbering about? Doesn't look so special to me. Yep. This is where it all started. That day Mother saved me and left you behind. The thing you don't know is, she tried to save you too. She kept searching and searching. Until I killed her.
I have no recollection of this tale, or this place. It's all an illusion, created by this extraordinary fruit. Its power, you see, it is all I ever wanted. And with this, I will have everything.
No, brother. You don't have everything. That last shred of humanity that you still had, you just lost it.
That is nothing but the pitiful cries of those without strength. Come to me, brother. I shall enlighten you. Dante!
Now reach Urizen Form 3.
Let's dance, Virgil.
Remember, I have no idea how this weapon, how this Faust actually works.
Oh, okay.
So, I'd rather not try a new weapon in the middle of a fight. And I tell you the thing about the freaking the Leaving Neverland director mentioned how, okay, there may be several inconsistencies in the documentary.
I think you did.
Because before people kept saying there were inconsistencies while the director admitted, okay, it appears to have screwed up. That's kind of something you don't want to do when making a documentary. Let alone one that's supposed to be showing how someone people really like was actually supposed to be a horrible person. Just saying, it looks awkward for you. Oh, wow, that's actually stand still and already use Faust. That is weird. I should stop trying to use Faust. Hey, where's my hat?
What?
He's wearing my hat.
Did he just do a kick? Oh, okay.
I put the hat on him. He was wearing it. I keep forgetting to go for Trickster every single time I go to Sin Double Trigger. Not going well. And I'm still on Cerberus. Why are they still on Cerberus? So I got a question. Something this game did before the rematch with Urizen, they actually had the bosses pretty much take like one move each from him to prepare you for the rematch. How do you feel about the kind of thing where a game is secretly preparing you for something?
That's good.
That's something I didn't even notice until the second boss fight as Nero, where I'm like, wait a minute, these are all things the Urizen had. Alright. I can work through this. I can power through this, Armando, it's fine. No need to panic.
Not about loss. Strength is a choice. Fighting like hell to protect you.
Doing fine. Doing fine. Doing fine. Tomorrow, stop panicking over there.
I'm not even looking.
Thank you for the confidence. This is what lack of faith does, Armando.
Oh shit, you died? Oh fuck.
So the options are either just give up to try and to restart the mission, use red orbs, which could potentially heal you right back up, even full double trigger, or full double trigger and you take less damage, or use a gold orb to just completely revive you on the spot. But doing any of those options will decrease your score. Considering it's not even a save file, why did I even bother redoing the mission? I don't think about it.
You ready to do this, Virgil? All ends here.
I keep forgetting not to attack on the ground. That's where it's most vulnerable. Okay, please, I don't have time for that. I'm trying to think of a topic thing.
Oh, I know. How did you get into Zelda?
Specifically Link to the Past on SNES via an emulator. Just enjoyed it, and then the second game I played was Ocarina.
Okay. Which one is your favorite Zelda game?
Definitely Ocarina, but that does not mean I am blind to its issues. That would make me stupid.
Which is your least favorite Zelda game?
Depends on what you mean. Does that have to be one that I finished? Because there are several Zelda games I've played but never actually finished, so I can't really say they're my least favorite.
Judge it based on how far you've gone.
I could pretty much say at that point being, if I go by one that I didn't finish, then I have to go with one that people generally actually love, being Link's Awakening on the Game Boy.
Okay.
Reason being, I just find the dungeons boring, and I don't really care much for the townspeople, which is the main draw of the game. And if you don't care for them, then the game's whole entire story pretty much falls apart on you. It just becomes bland and uninteresting. It's one of those double-edged swords where if you really emphasize this, trying to really put all your eggs in one basket, you realize once that thing fails, you have screwed up big time. Something that doesn't have to make it to Persona 4 actually realize where it's like, hey, if the players don't like this little girl, we kind of just start ourselves in the foot.
Okay. Well, for me, I got into Metroid because I got Fusion for the Game Boy. And I don't know, I actually played that casually. I wasn't really that into Metroid when I first started all this.
I still never beat Fusion. I was get halfway in and then just stop for whatever reason. Mostly because Fusion is like the one with the most ridiculous what you gotta do or to progress game.
But yeah, and then the first time I beat it, when it showed like Samus from afar, like I got the ending where it showed her helmetless. So when I saw that distance, I was like, oh, this is some dude with long blonde hair. Then it zoomed in and I was like, wait, is this a girl?
It's weird for me that I knew Samus was a woman from the get-go, and the first time I saw Samus was Smash.
Oh.
First time I saw Samus was Smash, and I already knew it was a girl because I generally tend to have a good feeling on our character's gender to try to make it like obscure, like pretty much androgynous.
Oh.
I generally go like that's a boy, that's a girl. I can usually tell.
Interesting.
So for Samus, I was like, I already know it's a woman. And also doesn't help the fact that every time I always try to say Samus being a woman was a big deal. It actually wasn't a big deal unless you didn't play video games. It's the problem. Like unless you didn't play video games, you would not give a crud. You would just think, oh, okay, that's the main character, but it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
They're brothers?
Fighting each other. For me, I'd say my favorite Metroid game would be Zero Mission. My least favorite Metroid game would be Prime 3.
I still know whether or not people even really like Prime 3. I mean, can only mostly hear people cite its issues, and not just being the motion controls are both good for aiming, but it's super a gimmick because you do pointless stuff over and over.
Yeah, probably that. I don't know, Prime 3 was like the least appealing one to me in the trilogy. like, I didn't mind Prime 2 either, but I'm more fond of Prime 1.
That's the weird thing. I always see people say the Prime trilogy is like the best ones, but they only ever say how they like Prime 1, and then don't talk about Prime 2 or 3.
So he was behind all this.
Or Prime Hunters.
Oh no, Prime Hunters I like. I love Prime Hunters as well.
I ever played the demo, and considering how awkward it was to play, it was awkward to play. I didn't even want to touch the main game.
Yeah, I enjoyed the main game thoroughly.
V, get back.
Pinball was a weird game.
I mean, it's a pinball game. There's not much to say.
No, it's like I found it funny because it's like it adapted Prime 1's story, but yet it used Prime 2's soundtrack. So that's what I found weird.
I mean, it's plenty of pinball games. Like how people also love the Pokemon pinball games.
Yeah, I remember those advertisements, but I never got it. I could never find it.
I never played like one of them. Never played for long. I played for long. I did play Sonic Spinball. I do not like Sonic Spinball.
Oh.
Sonic Spinball is heavily a nostalgia game for people. Because it is not good pinball game.
If you can't even defeat me.
And now during the summer we're gonna get the 7-card pinball game in the West.
Oh dear.
Not lose.
Although it's weird that the game's coming out, but the physical versions will only be on Xseed's site and Amazon. Like it's skipping regular retail.
Hmm.
I know. We are one and the same, you and I. But you've lost me, and I've lost you.
What was your first Mario game?
Connected.
Guys, do you think we should do something?
Wow, thy branches mix with
Nah, it's fine. Let's just like stand there and talk. That's the norm.
together join.
Dante, you have guns.
No, at this moment he became pure sword guy. There you are.
It's the Quantum Ranger.
What is this? Virgil.
Virgil, you barely have any eyebrows. Shit, Virgil Super Saiyan 3. But yeah, what was your first Mario game?
I'm gonna go with World. I remember playing this other one, but I can't even find its existence because it's like Mario 1, but it looks like Mario World. Is the weird part.
Mm.
I don't even know where that one even came from. Actually, no, first one was actually Super Mario Land. Never mind.
Oh, okay.
That's because that was the first game I remember playing, and me at 4 years old could never beat the game. And that's why we made that video of me playing Super Mario Land, because it was a game that's the first game I ever played, but I never actually beat it.
First Mario game for me was Super Mario Bros. 3 for the Game Boy.
The actual 3, they make it Super Mario Advance 3s.
Advance 3.
Because those are like freaking, specifically like Game Boy Advance remakes, and aren't like exactly in order.
You have a favorite Mario game?
You got some pretty big cojones.
I'm gonna say Odyssey.
Okay. And least favorite?
Super Mario Bros. I'm gonna go with 3.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with 3 because I played it a lot, but can never beat it because I get bored. I want to say 2, but I never played 2 for long enough to actually pass judgment. And I mean the actual 2, not the American one.
Favorite? Oh, no, that doesn't count. Would it count? Would Yoshi's Island count?
Yoshi's Island. Yoshi's Island is actually it was actually called Super Mario World 2.
Okay, so yeah, my favorite Mario game is Yoshi's Island, and my least favorite, just cause I don't know, I was never that interested. I could never be bothered to finish it. Was Super Mario Galaxy.
I beat Galaxy. It was good, but I don't consider anything like great.
All right, thank the guy you just met. Cool. Or did Virgil always know Nero?
No. This is
Oh,
the
okay.
first they met.
What happened to V?
He returned to himself.
I mean, Nero literally saved
Oh,
V
Nero.
earlier.
This doesn't concern you.
Oh yeah, okay.
Like hell.
Also, hold on a
I
second.
lost my right arm because of him.
This is not your fight. I need to stop him, and that's all that matters.
I'm not gonna let you have all the fun, Dante.
You don't get it.
Let me guess. I'm dead weight? Well, you can
That's
show
not
them.
it, Nero.
What is it then?
He's your father!
Excuse me?
What?
I had the feeling the first time I saw you, but I just wasn't sure. And then I saw how the Yamato reacted. And I was certain. He's your father.
I demand to meet the woman?
Nobody knows who the
Now,
mom
he needs
is.
an ass kicking. But I can't have you go kill your old man.
Like people pretty much knew that Virgil was Nero's dad since DMC4, and Capcom did everything, but actually just flat out say yes, that's his dad.
Well, damn.
So Nero just now learned that not only does he have a dad, he also has an uncle. Before he was familyless.
Wouldn't that make Clone Trish his grandma?
Yeah, but Clone Trish is more or less the fact that it's pretty much meant to look like their mom, if not an actual clone.
Oh, okay.
So it's pretty much just, hey, I made a powerful demon and I had it look like Sparta's wife. For the lulz, I guess.
That day, if our positions were switched,
I swear this place looks straight out of Dr.
would
Seuss
our
book.
fates be different? Would I have your life and you mine? Let's settle this,
First gaming device.
Dante.
You mean specifically that I own, or the first one I ever used?
First one you ever played.
Game Boy.
Nice.
OG Game Boy, not color, just regular Game Boy.
First one I ever got was the Game Boy Advance, the one that used batteries.
See, you say God, not I played.
Oh.
What?
Okay, then
I-
which one's the first one you got?
I thought it was over. This isn't good. We're gonna get dragged
It was an
into this.
Xbox.
The first one?
Dante, what
The
happened?
first one I was given was an Xbox, but I had no idea how to use it.
Back and I'm gonna rip him a new one.
Oh, okay.
Virgil's-
I didn't know what an Xbox was. So at that point, I only knew what a N64, PlayStation, PS2. So I'm like, what's an Xbox?
Okay, we'll take care of that later. Right now, you three get the hell out of here.
So I just
I'm
pretty
gonna go
much
take care
gave
of
it to my
Opus
brother,
back.
then our other brother took it with him to
This one's gonna
his
be a
his boarding school.
Hmm. No, I didn't.
And now
get
we
it.
have two cleaner ends. This one's the cleaner end Model 2. Now we have double.
I didn't get into the console game thing until later on. I was mostly handheld throughout my life.
Alright, now here's a question. What was the first rated M game you ever played?
I have to think about that. Hmm.
Get that move.
Look this up. No. Okay. So that would be Dead Space.
For me it was Halo 2.
Ooh.
I didn't want to play it, but my brother's like, just play the game.
I couldn't play Dead Space the first time I played it.
Nah, for me, it was a sense of I was disgusted. It was a sense of this is not what I'm supposed to be playing. But he's like, just play the game. I'm like, okay, jeez, do what you do the thing, Jesus. Sorry, I'm not sorry. I want to follow the ES or B.
Nah, for me, I was just like purely afraid of Dead Space. I remember the first time I played it, like, my mom actually got it for me because she thought I would have fun with it, and at the time I was like, I hate you. Dude, I remember the fucking amounts of fear I had where, like, I got into the Ishimura, and, like, I just saw one of them fucking run to me. I immediately ran out of my bedroom.
We'll tell this conversation in the next video. And now we're continuing this conversation. As a kid, I was afraid of first-person shooters in general, mostly because I didn't like the idea of not being able to see around me, and didn't like the idea that pretty much picture any single time an enemy would show up on a screen, kid me would consider that a jump scare.
I could imagine.
Cause I just didn't like the idea of not being able to see everything around me. It's why Banjo-Tooie has this entire section that's in first person, and that whole entire section terrified me. 'Cause I didn't like the idea of not being able to see where enemies were coming from, and instead just having one just appear right in front of me was just like, ah, no, 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 no.
Never would have guessed you'd come back.
I might actually have to reconsider my mature title, because I'm remembering that I did play GTA Liberty City Stories on PSP. Is that mature?
I'm going to assume yes, 'cause I don't know. The first GTA game I ever played was GTA 4.
Yeah, I played that after. Oh, let me see the rating.
I thought you went back into Virgil. You're gonna wish you did.
Oh, the wise guy Dante.
Oh yeah, it's rated M, so then the GTA would be my first M game.
Like most people.
Come to think of it, I did know something was off. Just like with my old brother.
So yeah, then I'd say Dead Space was my first horror game. What about you? Do you have a first horror game?
It's hard to explain the thing that for some reason confuses people. So these demons were all essentially boss fights from Devil May Cry 1, and now that Virgil is back, they have to essentially go back into Virgil, but they don't want to do that because then it'll just be essentially a nightmare for Virgil when he was that little angel from Devil May Cry 1, and they'd rather be killed by Dante than pretty much let Virgil suffer.
Well,
so that's why this one entire level is them trying to kill me. It's a case of we'd rather be dead than have Virgil be haunted by what happened to him in Devil May Cry 1.
okay. First horror game?
I'm trying to think of specifically one that was specifically a horror game. Let's see. What that comes to mind right now is freaking Resident Evil 1, but I never actually like fully played Resident Evil 1 until like freaking when I was in Hostels actually, I think.
Well, damn.
Because I always try to play the PS1 version. The PS1 version is so janky, I always get bored of it and go, why do people like this game?
Hold on. Nope. There it is. You just reminded me. So, officially, my first mature game was Resident Evil Deadly Silence for the DS.
I'd say the first, and that's when people are gonna kill me for saying this. I guess technically the first horror game I ever played was Resident Evil 5.
Oh.
I say people are gonna kill me for calling that a horror game. Yeah, Resident Evil 5 was actually the first Resident Evil game I fully played through.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, that was my introduction to the series. Because many people were like, it's not even a Resident Evil game. Like, I didn't know like how hated 5 was then.
Well, like I just said, Deadly Silence was my first introduction to Resident Evil.
Okay, since you love Mass Effect so much, did you play any other BioWare titles? Was it specifically just Mass Effect?
Just Mass Effect.
The first thing I played was Dragon Age Origins.
Yeah, I heard of Dragon Age, but I never got that game.
We could do an LP of Origins, but one, it's long and choice based, which you do all choices.
Choice space, you say?
Oh yeah, Dragon Age Origins came out before Mass Effect, I believe.
I love choice games.
It's heavily it has a lot of choices, and it's a fantasy game. It's also more strategy based. Which, granted, I'm gonna say this, I only ever beat Dragon Age Origins on easy mode because of the fact that you see in RPGs I like being a mage, but in Dragon Age Origins being a mage means you can cause friendly fire to your allies. And easy mode that disables that.
Hell, I might consider it just for the fucking choice aspect.
Like it's very choice based, and also the fact that with the power of mods, you gave him more choices. I think the modders made brand new scenes that would look like they were made by BioWare. Although I never actually played the DLC for Dragon Age Origins, so we could.
There's DLC?
Yeah, it has an entire DLC thing, which I never played it, so I don't know what's about, or that my brother said that it's essentially just more Dragon Age.
Oh, okay.
So we could do Dragon Age.
Oh, definitely.
I actually had it on PC, but never fully beat it on PC. I never beat it on Xbox 360.
So this begs the question. Tell me, how did you get into Mass Effect?
My brother, who got me into Dragon Age Origin, also loved Mass Effect. Also loves Mass Effect, and he convinced me to. I essentially bought Mass Effect 1 and 2 on the same day.
Okay, so you played it in order.
Yeah, first I only played a demo for 2 on Xbox because that was the only demo they had on Xbox, and then I just bought one. Just about one, and then we went back into the store. And I went back into the store and just bought 2, but like screw it, I might as well just go full in. So I literally bought both games on the same day, and that's essentially how I got to Mass Effect. And also, my huge distaste to Mass Effect 2.
Yeah, I know.
I beat Mass Effect 2 in one weekend just because I didn't want to play it anymore. I stayed up all night being I'm not having fun anymore. I just want this game over with. And that's why you had almost everybody on Normandy die.
Yeah.
Once my brother woke up to midway and was horrified by how bad of a job I did.
Oh no.
He's the guy. Yes,
God.
He was horrified by how bad I did. I went like Morden died by a rocket to the face. Why? I put him in a tunnel to do the hacking. But why'd you put Morden? He's a smart guy. He's a biologist, not a hacker. He was so upset.
For me, I got into Mass Effect. First, my friend lent me Mass Effect 2. He was like, "You should try out this game." And at first, I was like, "No, this is weird. I didn't want anything to do with it." And then I remember on YouTube one day I heard like a soundtrack from it, and again, the soundtrack is what sold me. So then I was like, okay, I should give this a shot. And then I bought the trilogy and I played it in order. I was like, yep, I like it.
I bought Mass Effect 3 like 1 week after it came out.
Yeah, I got into Mass Effect late.
Yeah, like I got in like during the hype for Mass Effect 3.
I think I first played Mass Effect back in 2015. So what made you interested to get the other Resident Evil games?
Okay, so first I played 5, and I played that one a lot, and in co-op because I really liked 5.
Okay.
Then I played 4 because at the time I didn't know it just came out on Steam, but I played it because people say 4 is the best one. 4 is the best one, so I'm like, well, might as well play it. Might as well take the time to play what is apparently the best one, and why the one I like is apparently trash by comparison. After 4, I then got like, got like a Capcom-based Humble Bundle with a lot of games, and two of the games were Resident Evil 1 and 0. So I decided to play those on PS3, and ended up really liking 0. Which, once again, people tell me I probably shouldn't like Zero because people find Zero boring, but I found a duo of Rebecca and Billy way more interesting duo than Chris and Jill.
I still need to finish Zero.
They know they don't stand a chance. Are they trying to atone for something?
And then you just like got interested in the other games.
6 was the one I was hesitating on because I really believed people's opinion that 6 was garbage. So then we decided to bite the bullet and then play 6, and I'm like, 6 is actually really fun. What are people talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Then I decided to play 7. That was like years after 7 came out, so I already knew the entire plot inside and out. I just wanted to play it as 1, gameplay-wise, and 2, essentially treat it as a tech demo for the RE engine, which would later be used for RE2 and the game we're doing right now, Devil May Cry 5.
Yeah.
In fact, since my brother wasn't big on Resident Evil, whenever I played Resident Evil, he was Resident Evil 7. He was checking it as essentially saying, what can this engine do that'll make Devil May Cry 5 better? That's all he cared about, was how does this benefit Devil May Cry. And before you ask, how I got to Devil May Cry was because a friend of my brother's had a copy of Devil May Cry 3. Looks super cool, so me and my brother ended up eventually buying a copy of Devil May Cry 3, and freaking just had a ton of fun, and played Devil May Cry 4 eventually, and then eventually played the HD collection, so I can finally see how Devil May Cry 1 and 2 were. Which my brother, who bought me that collection, kept trying to act as if Devil May Cry 1 was like really bad when it wasn't. He kept saying, "Just remember, it was super cool when it came out." I'm like, dude, this game's fun. What's wrong with you? Acting as if this game's awful. Acting as if Devil May Cry 1's also awful. It's fun. Is it dated in parts? Yes. Is the combat dated? Not really. It's fun. He's acting as if I'm gonna have a horrible time and hate it. It's like just because it doesn't have the style system of 3 doesn't mean I'll hate it. Jesus.
All right. For me, again, Deadly Silence was my first Resident Evil game. After that, sadly, I got Operation Raccoon City for Xbox. Yeah, I know. Trust me, I didn't enjoy it either.
Oh, he brought them back. What the hell? I didn't even know I could do that.
So yeah, that was a tragic moment in my life. Then after that, that's kind of where the games honestly stopped. And then that's when, when we came along, and then we played RE5, 4, 6. Yeah, for me, I'd say my top 2 Resident Evil games would be 1 and 6.
Dang, 6? That's one of the top ones.
Yeah, I really enjoy 6. But yeah, so if I were to try to... Okay, it's probably not going to be in order, but I'm just going to state the games that I know of and if I have played them or not. I'm still in 0. I've been fucking lazy about it because I've been distracted by the Switch. 1 I absolutely love. I never finished the PS1 port for the DS, but I did beat the PC version. 2, I watched you play that. 3, I'm holding out if they ever do a remake of it.
Which is the rumor that they're doing that. And in fact, one rumor says that they've actually are outsourcing the development of 3.
That's good because I can't be bothered to play the original.
Well, that's not good because that means 3 is being made by a different company.
4, so you play it. 5, we played together. 6, we played together. 7, you explained to me the whole fiasco. I played. It was an arcade game before they ported it to the Wii. It was Dark Side Chronicles, I think it was called.
There's Umbrella Chronicles and Dark Side Chronicles. There's 2 games.
Dark Side Chronicles was the one I used to play in arcades in like stores and shit before I found out they ported it to the Wii.
I only ever played Umbrella Chronicles on the Wii. Which was actually technically the first Resident Evil I actually really played into it. I didn't beat it because it wasn't my copy of the game. That was technically the one I spent the most time in until 5.
About as sharp as a marble.
Mm.
Perhaps. But if you had even a
What's the
little
other
bit of trouble defeating us,
Yeah, Revelations I saw with you a bit and I couldn't be bothered. Revelations 2 I saw bits and pieces here and there through YouTube.
final flight.
What the hell was the name? I saw there was like a scene in that game that attracted me and I played it on an emulator. It was for a Dreamcast. It was a Resident Evil game for a Dreamcast. I forgot
Code
the name.
Veronica.
That one. Yes.
Dante.
I played Code Veronica and I enjoyed Code Veronica.
Rest in peace, little chicken.
That game has so much good in it, but then also so much bad. That's the best final boss theme, and also the worst final boss that I played in the entire franchise.
Dude, I'll never get over that fucking funny moment there where like Wesker was gonna fight Alexa and then he's like, Chris, you handle it. You're my best man.
You're always my best. You're always my best. You're always my best officer, Chris. I'll leave the rest to you.
I'm like, excuse me?
Nero, jump in!
Also, I was like to say, Code Veronica, aka the actual Devil May Cry 3. Thought that was the freaking Resident Evil 3.
Where's Dante?
He's got this. We gotta go now.
So this guy Virgil. Know him?
Vaguely.
Okay. Now, for Silent Hill, my first Silent Hill game was Downpour.
What's going on, Trish?
His logic is sound. I have
What about you?
it myself.
Obviously 4. Only played 4 and 2.
I know.
Okay.
No, of course not 4. First was 2. 2 and 4. It's all I ever played.
It's true.
Okay. Yeah, I was kind of late into that whole spiel. My first one was Downpour, and then I got the 2.3 HD remake for Xbox.
You poor soul.
Yeah, I remember you told me how jank that one was.
It was based on unfinished code.
Fine. I'll go by myself.
And they changed the voice actors in 3.
That's practically the only Silent Hill games I own. But I did play 1 through an emulator. I saw you do 2 and 4. 3 I actually played and almost beat on the Xbox. Downpour I like half played it, but I never finished it. I saw bits and pieces of Origin and Homecoming, but I never could be bothered to see the whole thing.
There's the fact that one positive Homecoming is just the fact that it has like good boss designs versus the fact that its plot is very stupid. It's trying so hard to be the Silent Hill movie when it shouldn't be trying to do that.
Ah, yes, Alessa's Guardian.
Not like that. I already told you like how they tried to say how the town was covered in like ash, which is from the movie, but then he later says, "Wait, no, fog."
Yeah.
Or the freaking cult, The freaking cult aspect, which was stupid.
Burn the witch!
No, it's even. The plot of Homecoming is so dumb.
What else? What was your first Dragon Ball game?
I was like, well, that's that after the break.